Okay, I'll give a bit of an update on this little D2. I decided I'll make a bit of a video on it. It's going to be a bit of a drawn out process because we're not in a hurry to do anything on it. Just it's a windy day outside and I come in the shop today. So obviously, yeah, you saw me pick it up, bring it home, give it a wash. So we run it in the workshop. Now the starter engine was jammed on it. So you can see there's a bit of a issue going on there. A little bit of corrosion and crack. So when I looked at this machine, it was in a shed, the roof had fallen down on it and half the iron had gone and it was covered in leaves, and they did put a tarp over the pony motor and that and set the bonnet back on it. So the big engine, luckily, I'll show you in a minute of that, but I'll show you the problem here. This was covered, and it was covered in leaves and trees and rubbish. We've got a bit of a Bluetooth connection going on with the starter engine here. Yeah, we're missing a big piece of pipe. So straight away when I saw that, I thought, yeah, I know what's happened. And there we are. It looks worse than what it is, but in saying that, I haven't rotated the valves to see if there's any seats left on them. I need to get the engine moved and have a look at the bore. It's not pitted there. Luckily it's nearly on TDC, so it might be salvageable. I imagine the valves aren't going to seat very good, but it's just, we want to salvage it just to save it. It's obviously not going to be put into operation or anything. It's just another one for our collection. If I make this one run, this will be number 10 that goes, and this will be probably our roughest one. So I'll just put that there. So there's the top end. There's no corrosion anywhere in there. I've been along and I just tapped the rockers and the valves all pop, so they're all okay. I haven't done a full rotation on the big engine. The decompression valve's pulled out, so it's easy to turn. And I'll go through all that when we get to the point if we're ever going to start it. I mean, I could tow start the machine to get the big engine going, but I don't want to do that until we go through and do all the oils and check the clutch, and just don't want to damage. So removal wise, we've got rid of the hydraulic lines off the machine, so we've got access into what we're doing. Just chuck those outside. Plus, yeah, there's a bit of an issue going on here, as I showed once before. So we'll have to come up with a plan. It's quite corroded around here. Whether that's salvageable in there, I don't know. I've probably got some of this line down the back shed. I can get some anyway. So when you look at it overall, it's not too far gone. People out there save a lot worse things than this and bring them back to showroom, which I can tell you now, we're not doing that with this. We're just going to make it operational and try and save it. It's something somebody can do later on. As long as it's saved and it's operational, it's in a shed, it's not going to get any worse. Make sure there's no water and components internally in it, so nothing can corrode. The steering clutches and all that, I'll pop the cover off that. And we'll have a good look in there. So yeah, the tracks are where they're sitting on the ground. It's unfortunate. Just what time does. I have actually got spare grousers possibly down there. Might be able to swap a couple out, but the chains are they're not the best of shape either. As I say, not going anywhere. It's got an awesome little blade on it. That is really tidy. The moldboard on it hadn't got a single dent in it. Cutting edges are good. I like to think that was water on the floor, but it's not. Hydraulic oil to have a clean up. Tidy workplace. So overall, I'll keep dropping a couple of videos. Just, yeah, it's not a how-to, it's just what we're going to do to salvage it and save it. Update, she's getting a bit more naked. My young fella's been out here and he's undone a lot of stuff and slowly disassembling. Right, what have we found? Yeah, it's sick, we know that. Is it salvageable? Yes. Just to my standards. Right, so this is the bad side. I managed to get the engine block of wood I just used a bit of 2x2 works, just gave it a tap. I saw the flywheel move and it's like, oh, I just put my hand on it and it turned. So the bore, yeah, it's got watermarks, but the rings don't come up that far anyway. I could always put a hone through there. I got a hone, I think, which will fit that. But our big problem is, obviously with all the water, yeah, valves are rotted. The seats are pretty bad, I'd say, but that exhaust valve has actually rotted the bottom off. So the only way to get to those is to take the top off the starter engine. Now, in my parts department, without looking too deep, I just grabbed these ones to give you some idea. That's what's in there. And there's a keeper goes in on this slot here. That's what holds it in the block, and that fits into the block, that does. It's a guide. So I have no idea if they're the correct valves or not without cleaning them up, having a look at some part numbers. They're obviously not the best. If you measure the seats, they're probably very worn, but just to make it go, they might be the ones. I probably have other ones. I need to just, yeah, find all that stuff. Go for a walk around the other side. I mean, if you're going to do a 100% restoration, you're going to leave every nut and bolt out and get all that machined and new valve seats and all that done. I do have a valve grinding machine, so I can grind the valves, and I think I've got the stones for doing the seats. I know I've got the guides and all that to go in there. So there's the other side. While I've got the top off, if I can get the valves out easily, obviously I'll take those ones out too. So I can get in there and have a look at them. Just reaching in to see if I can turn it over a bit. It's pushing the valve. There's the piston there. So yeah, the valve's stuck. I can only go back. Valve stayed open. It's stuck. The inlet's stuck. I don't want to bang all that. But the engine itself, something now I've freed it up. Now there's quite a bit of end play in there. Oh, she's not new anymore. Well, I mean, as I said, if you're going to do it right, you pull the starter engine off and rebuild it. But it's not worth it for this machine. It's, yeah, we'll make it go, and everything will just be mentally tagged or written in a book that, you know, it's pretty obvious she's not the best. But it'll be a runner. That's the main thing. The way I view it, if I can save something and mechanically get it going and it runs, I've achieved what I wanted to do. It's because I may never ever do anything with this in my lifetime, but yeah, we're all caretakers of these things. So the likes of my boys, they're right into it. They may say, right, we're going to pull that down, we're going to do such and such to it, and yeah, rebuild. I don't know, but as I say, this will be number 10 if it runs. Anyway, we just keep working away at it, see what we can make out of it. When you stop and think about it, if it's 1950s, this time goes pretty quick. It's not long, and it's 100 years old. So we're just talking about that as I film this. I think yesterday was officially 100 years of Caterpillar for age. So yeah, but as I say, I just do what I can with it. I'll document it as I pull it to pieces and find more wrong with it. Something I haven't done is taken the top off the clutch housing there to have a look to see what's in there. Maybe we do that. We'll do it together. You never get to see me work. None of you people probably believe that I actually turn spanners. Just a farmer. Oh. Let's see if we can get this off. We'll have a quick look in there. I mean, I never grew up with these things. This is all well before my time, these things. My dad served his apprenticeship on these. He delivered them brand new. So that's where it all stems from. I do actually know the history of this one. We've got the ownership's books for Caterpillar locally here, where they all went. So yeah, we've sort of got a good record. It's got to grab the light. This is the first for me. I haven't had the cover off. What do we got in there? You tell me, because I can't see. I think it all looks shining light around. Yeah, it all looks really good. I know the people who own this, as I say, they follow me. They've done work in there. They've had clutch stuff done on it, so it's all really tidy. That's why I wanted to try and save it, because I sort of know a little bit about it mechanically. It's just the time and water has killed it, but luckily never got in the clutch. And the plug's out anyway, I think, underneath. Yeah, that all looks nice in there. Looks really good. So we've got a win on that one. Yeah, we'll keep pulling the top off the starter engine, and I do have workshop manuals and all that here when we go to do the valves, and I'll read up the angles and all that type of thing to see if I can reenact it, do something to make it go. As long as the block's not too pitted on the valve seat. I'm not sure what they even have in there. I have no idea. Someone will be answering it for me, but we'll just do a patch me job, and as I say, and we'll get it going. And there we are. Yeah, got the top off the little pony motor. We'll have a look at the big disaster. A load of corrosion on the valve springs. I'm going to end up taking all the valves out. See that coming. And that camshaft looks alright. Not the end of the world. Usual moisture and crap down the side. Like I've talked about, if you want the perfect job, you would strip this and just rebuild it from scratch. But we're just going to clean it and make it go. It sits in our museum for the next 20 years. It's all cleanable, serviceable, we'll get there. As long as I can get the valve seats in the head, or in the block, sorry, we'll be alright. We'll see what we can do. There's the main engine. Unfortunately, I had to take the rocket gear off to lift the top off the pony motor. The decompression shaft sticks out the back, and the stud's still in there. I couldn't get that stud out, otherwise I would have been able to lift and slide back. But that stud wasn't long enough to get double nutted to get it out on the engine there. I didn't even read the book. There's probably a better way of doing it. I know best. I'll cover all that up. That all looks alright. I haven't turned the rockers over to see how good they are. I know the decompression unit's just there. Oh, this will get cleaned. Yeah. Oh, nope, I knew that was going to happen. What are we doing there? Yeah, that one's alright. Alright. They're a little bit shiny, but they're not worn out. I know the light's not very good here, so just going along in a bit of a look. No, they're right. There's nothing through on that one. Actually, I've got to be careful I don't lose that spring. No, it's still in there. There's a spring in there for holding that ball unit in. All that will get put away out of it. I'll clean it. Hey, yeah, usual story. I'll flick the camera on as I do something else. Got the mag off, obviously. It's raining outside, so it's a good place to be at the moment. Yeah. Well, at least with this off, we can see what's in there and try and clean it all up. If we do ever get it running, obviously I'll dump some oil in it and run it and all that, then dump the oil out and just keep flushing the engine, but I will wash all this out. I hate to think what it's into everything, but anyhow, I've got to find a gasket. I don't know what we're going to do about that, because that gasket thickness there must set the lash on the gear there for the mag, I would assume. All those rust on the cam there. See if that cleans up or not. You gotta remember that it's all stuck in the follows that. You gotta remember the starter engine only runs for, I don't know, 4 minutes, and then it's turned off. It's not like it's an engine running continuous. They don't do a lot of hours. If you only start the thing 4 or 5 times a year, I mean, you're only looking at quarter of an hour's worth of running for a year, so you can get away with doing a lot of dodgy things like I'm going to do. It's not a frontline machine. Alright, we'll document a bit more as we go. Thought I'll grab another moment. Yeah, what a disaster. So I'll show you what I'm trying to do. So here's a valve, I call it assembly. That's the guide, goes in the block, and there's a retainer clip goes on there to hold it in. So as you can see, that's the one I've got out. That's the inlet, she's rotten. There's your follower off the cam. So I got 4 spare ones here without even digging very deep in my workshop here. I haven't done any measuring. I have no idea if they're even the right ones, but just seeing if I had parts before I got brutal. And I'll show you why. I cannot get the guide out on this exhaust one. This is the worst one on the engine. So I don't want to drive anything in there of any force and push back onto the camshaft, because I know what'll happen. She'll snap the camshaft off, because that's still alright at the moment. So I've bashed down in there. You'll see I had a little pointer. You'll see where I've broken where the clip goes. Not worried about it all, because it's all history anyway. I mean, it probably was salvageable, that guide, but who knows. So the only way I can think of putting some pressure on there is in behind the valve like that. Obviously don't want to damage the block. My next move, I don't know. I've tried heat. I just didn't want to go. I was thinking about getting the air hammer and just hammering it. I don't care if it smashes it all to pieces. At least I'll get it out then. She's not going anywhere. It's still tight. I cover it up because you know what hard stuff's like. Shatter, go in your eyes. No, she's not moving. Gonna have to just chisel it off, I think, and smash it all to pieces. Get it out. Try and collapse it. No, I've got another one. Pretty sure these are the same. Slip that up in there. Yeah, they're the same. Just assemble those and give them a valve grind and all that type of thing. We'll get to that. We're going to get this out first. And when this was new or operational, you just pull the clip and it would slide out. Wouldn't have sat for 20 years full of water. I'm not sure how many years it's been sitting, but it's a few. just go straight down, see if we can break it. Trigger's sticking on my gun a bit. Now, broken that much off, we're down to the valve, because the next problem is breaking it around the spring. We'll show you under the spring if we can. Yeah, what a mess. I just don't know any other way to do it. I turned the camera off because of the amount of time and the amount of bashing. There it is there. Oh boy, that was hard. And the valve, yeah, it's a bit missing off it. Would have worked, I suppose, if you didn't know any better, but I'm not doing that. The main thing is, the spring's all buggered. I don't think it feels smooth in there, apart from lots of metal. Never damaged the block. No, I haven't burred that. Oh, well, check it all. Yeah, I don't want to do another one of those. It comes out. Probably should keep those in order, but it's going to have different valves anyway. Got that up there. Alright, clean that mess up. And we're on to the other side. I'll make a decision. What ones of those are going to come out? No, well, they've both got to come out. I can see the corrosion in there now. It's never going to go. Okay, I've obviously got that guide out. There's the seats. Whether we can salvage them, I don't know. I realise we can't grind too far back in. So down in my machine shop area, I've actually got a valve grinding machine. And I've got a series of stones here. I've also got the guides. And where are we? This stone here. So I've just done a real basic check on it here. It lines up there. It's 45 is the seat. So I can dress the stone. I've got a dresser for doing that. So we can, I'm just seeing what tooling I have and what I've got. That's why I'm just mucking around here. And then I'll show you my rudimentary way of doing the valves. I've got a couple of valve compressors. So I've just gone and put a spacer in there. Don't know if I can do this one-handed. Probably lose the keepers. Yeah, it's going to come out. I'll just put you down over here. I've got the other lights on. Sorry, it's affecting the camera. Alright, got that keeper out. Try and get that one out. Yep, oh, that's going to work all right. Cool. Service tool. It's one of those service tools for taking the plugs out. Good spacer there and there. Big question is whether I can even get the valve out of the guide. I picked a bad one because I'll clean all that up so it goes in the block really good. Right, with that I'll end the video. I hope you've enjoyed what you viewed. It's just something I've thrown together obviously, and I'll see how we go for hits on the video, whether it's what people like or not. Not that I'm really worried. I'm still going to document it. I don't care if only 2 people watch it. It's just to show you some of the rubbish I work with. I shouldn't say rubbish, just things I do to make things go. It's not a how-to, it's just a farmer trying to fix things. Right, with that I'll end the video and say thanks for viewing. I appreciate it.